Hello, Internet. So, yeah, I just read Cyclops number 3. I'm going to give my thoughts on it. So, yeah, let's start. So, we start off, um, not exactly after the last issue because they had just escaped some bounty hunters. And then you see Cyclops' dad, Corsair, with, a busted case of, the medicine he needs to take. But we pick up, and it appears that they've been, just jumping from planet to planet, getting, enough money to get by, and then Corsair being able to supply himself with some medicine. But then all of a sudden, oh, I guess before all of a sudden, but like this is all the beginning part is just like a monologue from Cyclops. Says like, dear, and then it has like Jean, Hank, Bobby, and then like he has them all scratched out, and he's like, dear me, and then he's talking about how he's been through all these like space adventures with his dad and stuff, and all these panels of the places they've been. And like there's one cool one. They're both wearing shrouds, Jedi style, but they're black. And then yeah, they're like on some weird alien planet. But yeah, I really like that in this like story 'cause it's all like sci-fi space adventures, but it's like Cyclops in space. Um, so yeah, like then all of a sudden, like Cyclops puts his feet up on the like the thing. I'm sorry, the desk. It's not really a desk though. It's like the whatever. He puts his feet up, and then the ship just starts going like haywire. And his dad comes and he's like, "Did you push anything?" He's like, "I didn't push anything, dude." And then the ship just craps out, and then Corsair's like, "Okay, well I got to make a emergency landing or crash landing." And Cyclops is all, "Well, I'd prefer a landing to a crash landing." So yeah, they are able to set it down on an alien planet, and then Corsair is like, "Yeah, we should salvage everything because we're gonna be here a while." And then Cyclops finds something in the debris, and he's like, "This wasn't on the ship, I don't believe." And then Corsair's like, "Ah, they were tracking us with a what is it?" Something that they were being tracked with. Oh, a quantum tracker. Okay, so yeah. And then they're like, or then yeah, Corsair's like, "Okay, we gotta salvage as much of the ship as we can. We're gonna be here a while unless we can get somehow get off this planet." And so they salvage the ship, and then there's like the scene where they're at this campfire, and then Corsair like busts out his medicine to take it, and then Cyclops catches him. Oh, before I continue though, like when he was writing his letters back home to himself, he was all I think my dad is on drugs or getting high or whatever. And so when this happens, they're at the campfire. He's like, you're seriously going to get high right now," to his dad. And they just have like this whole conversation of like Cyclops is like, "Well, why are you on drugs and taking drugs?" And they're like, "If you're not on drugs and you're taking medicine, then why aren't we just going to like a pharmacy or a doctor? How come you have to like get it from all these shady people that we're just getting your fix from?" And then his dad's explaining how like it's a really long convoluted process. First he's like, "Well, I need this medicine because these this stuff is illegal in other areas of space, blah blah blah. Other governments don't want it distributed this way, blah blah blah." And Cyclops is like, "Oh, okay, well I still don't know why you need to take this crap." And then Corsair just goes on into this whole explanation of how he died. And then while he's explaining this, he's also explaining that Cyclops has another brother that he doesn't know about, that Corsair didn't even know about, who was Gabriel or Wiccan. I'm sorry, not Wiccan, Vulcan. And that he basically was just consumed by anger and hatred and went on a conquest throughout the galaxy, which was like killing people left and right. And then Havoc had to step in and take him down. So that happened. And he explains that. And then he explains how he was brought back by the Starjam. Well, not Starjammers, but like specifically the skunk tail lady. Yeah. And then they went to was it the Shrouded? Yeah, and they revived him, but then the price he has to pay for being revived is to be on this medicine because it is it's like, continuously as he takes it, injecting him with these micro machines that do something. It was weird explanation of like how he's kept alive, but essentially he's injecting himself with nano machines that regulate his body, and they work together. But if the way the nano machines work together, they could kind of be considered like a sentient AI, so that's why they're illegal in other parts of the galaxy. And that's how I explain the whole, this is why this is illegal and why the other governments of the galaxy do not want me to be using this medicine, air quotes, or drug, whatever you want to call it. And then Cyclops is like, okay, well, why didn't you come back to, for me and Alex when you went to space? And he's like, well, after they killed your mom and they made me a slaver, and after I broke free, I just wanted to get revenge and kill them all. Well, not kill them all. He, against the Shi'ar, he's like, I just wanted to, just do as much bad as I could against the Shi'ar, but then that kind of anger is the same anger that devastated Gabriel, that made him Vulcan. That kind of anger is toxic, and it shamed me. And so he's like, I couldn't go back to you and Alex like that, so I had to stay out here in space until I cooled it out and tempered it down. And he's like, oh, well. And then, after he tells him that, he's like, oh, well, your dad, of course we needed you. From everything I've seen, that other me needed you a lot, meaning, Uncanny Cyclops with his Cyclops is right, or that guy, the guy with the X on his face. You know who I mean. The Dark Phoenix killed Professor X, Cyclops, that one. And then wow, I'm forgetting names now. Jeez. Corsair's like, you're right, I'm sorry. And then, oh, okay, and then before this happens, they have a short conversation about how much medicine or drugs, whatever you want to call it, do you have left? And he's like, well, I've got 27 days worth if I stretch it out to taking it once every 3 days. So that's basically excuse me. The big reveal here is he doesn't, when they crash and they're not able to, be spacefaring and go to different systems and whatnot to get more medicine. He's like, well, I have enough doses to survive for 27 days, so I don't know what's gonna happen after that. And yeah, and then he's like, well, it sucks that you're a dead man walking, or that you're just stuck here, you're slowly dying, but I guess it's better than nothing. And then Corsair's like, yeah, well, at least I'm going to spend the last 27 days if I do die with my son. He's like, oh. So yeah, and that's pretty much that. I mean, there's more dialogue in there. So, but I'm kind of learning I should just skip over dialogue if I don't remember what was said, to not have it be terrible when I reenact or not reenact it, but just repeat what was said. But yeah, that was Cyclops number 3. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it. I'm gonna keep on with it just because I do like this whole Cyclops in space thing. The feel of the book is just very sci-fi, action adventure, swashbuckly, fun times in space with a dad and son. So that's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. So yeah. And also the landscapes, the art is just really cool. You just go to different planets every issue and you don't know what's gonna be there, and it's always cool to see different stuff drawn in a sci-fi landscape. But yeah, that is that. That is that. And as you can tell, I have a different format this week. I will probably not be doing this again for a while unless there's more times when there's a ton of books coming out on my pull list that I want to cover, that I don't want to skip over, that I've been covering for weeks in the past, because I've been talking about X-Men Uncanny X-Men, Uncanny Avengers, and I did like Cyclops number 2 and 3, so I didn't want to like stop at 2 and just like not skip over this one. And then Avengers I did like the last couple of issues. I don't think I've done New Avengers yet, so I think that was just like out of the blue. And then Justice League I've been doing since the End of Forever Evil, and I wanted to keep doing that one, so that's gonna be the next one and the last one, and I can finally upload all these. But yeah, that's it for this video. So feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share it with your friends, or not. That's cool too. And until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching, and I'm now signing off.